Hi there, welcome to today's video. I'm Jeanette with Vivo Vintage Designs. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you enjoy this video and consider subscribing. If you have any questions about the techniques that you see me use in this video, please leave them in the comments. I'll always get back to you. Check the description box for links to the products used and consider joining our Facebook group, Vivo Vintage Designs, where you can post your versions of the paintings and techniques learned on this channel. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's get started. All right, here we go. Today we're going to create a really cute bookmark using our watercolor and alcohol ink scraps. Now, if you don't have any watercolor scraps, you can just use your alcohol ink scraps. I just happen to have these where I was practicing my watercolor brush strokes, and I thought it would make a really nice back for my bookmark. So I took my alcohol ink scraps and I cut some really odd shapes for birds. And that's what I wanted. I wanted them to be weird looking. I also have some Posca pens, some micron pens, a hole punch, a paper cutter, and everything but the kitchen sink. So you can see here, these are the shapes that I cut out, and they're so adorable. Now I'm taking my Posca pens and I'm going to paint in the shape of wings for each one of them. And I want this to be really colorful. I'm making this for my daughter. As I mentioned in a previous video, she reads a lot and she uses a lot of bookmarks. And she happens to like very bright colors. So that's why I chose these colors for these bookmarks. So I'm going to go through every little bird and give him wings. And I'm trying to make the colors very contrasting so that they stand out. And now I'm making a bookmark out of this, but of course you can make a really adorable card using the same techniques that you see me using here, maybe just on a larger scale to attach onto the front of a card. Now, once I finished filling these little wings in with the Posca pens, I did dry them off camera with my blow dryer, because now I'm going to use a finer tip Posca pen to add some detail. And if you don't have Posca pens, you can make these little wings out of different scraps of your alcohol ink paintings and just glue them on with a glue stick. That'll work as well. You don't have to have Posca pens. You can even use washi tape, whatever you have on hand. And if you don't have the Posca pens or rather a fine tip Posca pen to add more detail, you can use the fine liners as well. Use whatever you have. So you can see here, I'm just adding some detail, making these little wings stand out a little bit more. And thankfully, I've never seen any birds that look like this. So use your imagination, be creative, and make them fun. Any pattern will do. I think the more interesting it is, the more fun it will be. Once you've added your pattern to the wings, you're going to turn each little bird over, and I suggest you do this on a separate piece of paper, so a large piece of paper, so that you don't get any glue on the front of the birds. So rub a little glue stick on there and just adhere it to the front of your bookmark. And you're going to do the same with all 4 little birds. And I suggest that you lay them out first to make sure that they fit. Whether you're making a card or a bookmark, whatever you decide to do with these little funny looking birds, make sure that they fit. I did fit them, I did a dry run, so to speak, before coloring them in. I did that off camera. And these glue sticks work really well. Now I'm going to laminate mine, and I'll show you how in just a moment. I use this trick all the time, especially for my watercolor paint swatches, because I don't want them to get wet and activate the paint. But again, you don't have to do this. But I think it's a nice way, and it just makes it stronger. All right, so now that my birds are glued in, I'm using the fine tip Posca pen, and I'm going to add a little bit more detail here and there. I'm going to give them each some crazy long, uneven legs. And then I'm going to give them beaks and eyes as well. And I'm using black, but of course you can use whatever color you want. You can use markers for this in different colors. You can do anything you like. And you can get really creative. I think the more that you add, the cuter it is. And now doing this voiceover and looking at the bookmark, I wish that I had added a border along the edge of the bookmark before I adhered the birds to it. But well, here we are. You know I'll be making more of these. So now I'm taking a white Posca pen, and this one has a broader nib. And I'm giving them these big googly white eyes. And once that's dry, I'll come back in with some black and give them some eyeballs as well. Now I'm going to give them some crazy little feathers for hair. These are the funniest looking little birds I've ever seen. But they are so cute. Imagine this on the front of a card. You can get so creative with this. All right, so here we are with some packing tape. This is my secret. This is how I laminate my color swatches and my bookmarks. So I have this really nice quality packing tape, and I made sure that when I cut the size of the bookmark that it was not wider than the packing tape that I have. And now I'm using a dotting tool to go around and make sure that the tape sticks well to the edge of the birds. So I'm just going around the shapes, and that's good. Now I'm going to add Love Mom on the back of my bookmark, and then I'll laminate the back as well. Make sure to cut off any excess tape on the top and bottom, otherwise you may have a little problem. But if you take your time, this comes out really smooth, and it's a nice way to make the bookmark even stronger. So once you're finished, cut off any excess from the sides. And then you can use a hole punch to make a hole at the top of the bookmark. And then you can add some pretty ribbon or twine, whatever you have on hand. Also, I wanted to let you know that from here on in, I will be pinning the supply list in the comment section, because I know many of you have a difficult time finding the list of supplies. They don't make it easy. So I thought it would be easier to just pin it in the comment section. So you'll find it there. Let me know if you have any questions. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.